again to play some games. We're back with Ikemen Sengoku, and the last time we met with Sasuke, and he told us that the war was starting, and he was actually part of the enemy, Nobunaga's enemies. So we're on opposite sides of the war. Nobunaga's taking me to the war to fight for Japan. I don't know. So before we start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social media. It's always in the description below, and we can get started. Nobunaga, Chapter 6. Oh yeah, they're fighting. I forgot. The boys are fighting. The boys are fighting. Hideyoshi and Mitsuhide? Answer me. If you weren't doing anything suspicious, then you can explain yourself. Hideyoshi. There's no need to raise your voice. I can hear you. Hey, whoa now. Are they fighting? Arguing. They're arguing, not fighting yet. They haven't pulled the sword of Blicky out. If you can hear me, then answer me now. It was just the two of them in the alleyway. Hideyoshi got Mitsuhide by the collar hard. Mitsuhide turned away, his smile gone. What's going on in here? I ran over to them, ready to break things up if I needed to. Lauren. This is a surprise. On your way back from a walk? Mitsuhide brushed off Hideyoshi's hand and straightened his collar. Mitsuhide, we're not done. Lauren, go on. There's nothing for you to worry about. Yeah, unless I become an accessory to Mitsuhide's murder by walking away right now. Hideyoshi turned back to Mitsuhide. He lowered his voice to a barely audible growl. You left the castle without telling anyone last night. Where did you go? Am I not allowed to leave my room, Mother? So you're not going to tell me? Mitsuhide, enough is enough. Hideyoshi shoved Mitsuhide against the wall. He had his hands on either side of Mitsuhide, trapping him. You've got to be aware of the rumors. People say you're the one who tried to assassinate Nobunaga at Honnoji. What? That's what people think? That's curious. You and I both know that Kenyo is a culprit. Kenyo is a culprit. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Prove to me that you have nothing to do with this. Sometimes what looks like smoke is just fog. Even with his back to the wall, Mitsuhide didn't flinch. Worry too much will turn your hair gray. In fact, I can see some spots already. Stop changing the subject. They were staring daggers at each other. I was afraid they'd be trading blows. I said let them. Alright, this needs to stop. That's enough, you two. Hideyoshi, at least, broke eye contact with Mitsuhide to look at me. That's enough, you two. Hideyoshi broke eye contact with Mitsuhide to look at me. Nobunaga's right-hand man remonstrated by a girl, I don't know what that word means, and he worried what people say about me, and I let go. Pushing past Hideyoshi, Mitsuhide began to walk away. We're not done here. I'm afraid we are. Lord Nobunaga has called me. I mustn't keep him waiting. With an inscrutable smile, Mitsuhide sauntered off. Hideyoshi sighed and shook his head. Okay, that got nasty. What's this all about? Hideyoshi, can we talk? I'd like to know more about that rumor. Alright, but not here. Come on. I'll follow your lead. As we walked, I couldn't help but notice he looked frayed around the edges. Hideyoshi brought me to a tea house where he ordered tea for two and some dessert for me. Thanks. Thanks, bro. I swear, sometimes we be getting along. Sometimes we get along and sometimes we don't. Right now, we're vibing. I'm sorry you walked in on that. There's no need to apologize. He even sounds tired. There's a rumor going around that Mitsuhide is working with Kenyo. And it's only a rumor. But the other vassals don't think that. Some suspect he's plotting treason. Yeah, that slithery attitude probably doesn't earn him a lot of trust. Mitsuhide's left Azuchi several times without saying where he was going or why. I heard someone even saw him meeting with a messenger from Ichigo. Even if he's gathering information on Kenshin, that's a bit direct. It's hearsay for now, but I think it's true. I hope not. who I stumbled upon in the alley bothered me, yes. But what stuck in my mind was how calm Mitsuhide stayed, even when Hideyoshi was threatening him. If Mitsuhide was talking to them, do you think it's because he's preparing to betray Nobunaga? He looks that way. Hideyoshi sighed, creating ripples in his tea. I can't believe Mitsuhide is a traitor, though. I mean, time is already different and messed up because we already saved Nobunaga when he's supposed to die. So, like, if it was me, I would snitch on Mitsuhide to Nobunaga. I would be like, you didn't hear this from me, Nobunaga, but in my time, take this as you will. But in my time, Mitsuhide kills you. You can do whatever you want with the information. I'm just saying. I will keep my eye out for him. Protect yourself. But he won't open up to me. I just want him to know he can trust me. Have you ever tried grabbing and shouting at him less? That's the thing. Mitsuhide knows that others suspect him, but he just laughs it off. And I get so frustrated when he provokes them. Hideyoshi believes in Mitsuhide and wants him to clear his own name. It's not the possibility of betrayal, it's Mitsuhide's attitude that's driving him crazy. You know, I had the wrong impression about you two. You're really concerned about him. Hideyoshi smiled wearily. My life would be a lot easier if I wasn't. I thought they hated each other, but their true relationship is actually kind of sweet. If a little problematic. But until he decides to explain himself, the only thing I can do is worry. Looks like you could use the Hideyoshi yourself. What do you mean by that? You're always looking out for me, even when you're suspicious of me. Whenever I had a problem with Nobunaga, you'd be there, calmly talking me through it. You're always thinking of other people. I used to wonder how you found the time. Are you saying you're tired of me trying to help? Not at all. Just relieved to see you're as human as the rest of us. How so? I shook my head, smiling. I fight with people too, and I get upset when I don't seem to have the answer. We've got that in common, which is good. It makes it easy to relax around you. Well. Really? Really? Here she looked sweetly flustered. 2 months in, we finally started to bond. I'm in a similar situation. There's someone I want to believe, but I'm not sure I can. Oh yeah? This guy. I know he's not bad, per se. I just don't know if he's serious, and what I want to do if he is. This guy, huh? Is he someone I happen to work with? Name starting with an N? For a second, I thought he'd say name starting with Lord. I was wondering if you hadn't had a change of heart. You're finally warming up to Lord Nobunaga. That scared me. When that popped up. Whatever, you got me. Yes, you got me. I guess it's pretty obvious this is about Nobunaga. Am I warming up to him? It still frustrates me. Yeah, me too. But I can't deny it. And it does seem like he's been on my mind more than ever lately. It wasn't like me to get obsessed with a guy. All I can say is that there are times when I don't know what he's thinking either. But I'm happy to hear you care enough about him to want to learn more. There you go, Hideyoshi, caring about others again. We should go back. The war preparations are nearly complete. Yeah, I got stuff to finish up around the castle too. Drinking down a bowl of sake, Hideyoshi stretched. Thanks for the talk, Lauren. I appreciate it. Same. Does this mean you're not gonna be fake to me anymore? Like, can we officially put away our beef? As he went to pay, a troublesome thought worked its way into my head. That rumor about Mitsuhide is probably true. While I'm here, there's something I want to ask. You've met Mitsuhide Akechi, yes? What do you think of him? You picked the hardest one to describe. He's always smiling, but it's pretty obvious that's his way of hiding something. That said, I don't think he's actually that bad. Not as bad as history will make him out to be. I see. Sorry for the strange question. It's got to be more than a coincidence that Sasuke was talking about him. Let's snitch! And if there's a connection between Kenshin and Mitsuhide, then... Lauren, you ready? Yeah. That night, I played another game of Go with Nobunaga. How many vassals suspected Mitsuhide? Hideyoshi seemed to be trying to keep their suspicions at bay. You haven't made your move yet. Sorry, I got distracted. I picked the white stone out of the bowl and added to a defensive line I formed. Although I was enjoying the game, I couldn't forget why it hurt that afternoon. It's not like you to get distracted. I've got my mind in the game now. Did something happen? Tell me. We can talk about later. That was an order, not a request. Will you order me around? But I want to snitch. Should I tell him? It involves Hideyoshi and Mitsuhide. He probably should know. I made my next move while I shared the afternoon's events. Nobunaga toyed with the black stone in his fingers as I talked. But even when I finished, he didn't look the slightest bit concerned. Something that that's a big word. I don't feel like saying that word. Something like that took your mind off the game. Yeah. Hideyoshi stressed out, and Mitsuhide may be collaborating with the enemy, and that's inconsequential. Nobunaga placed a black stone with a harsh clack. I looked down at the board. The game was over. What? Already? You lost again. Nobunaga had mercilessly exploited a weakness as he talked, completely destroying my line. Did you listen to what I was saying, or was that a distraction so you could beat me? I was listening. Your strategies are so weak I could defeat you blindfold. Mean? What's with the trash talk? I'm not that bad. Hideyoshi will be fine. I already knew everything you just told me, including the suspicion surrounding Mitsuhide. Of course. He knows everyone except Hideyoshi thinks Mitsuhide is gonna stab him in the back when he isn't looking. Are you gonna do something about the situation? I know Mitsuhide well. You too. We'll learn about him soon enough. What does that mean? Now enough of that. Nobunaga shoved the Goban aside with a muscular arm. A little rush of excitement went through me, knowing what was coming next. I looked into his eyes, wondering what I'd see in them tonight. But he was frowning. I'm disappointed. I'm sorry I didn't focus enough on the game, okay? It's not that. How could you be so concerned with Hideyoshi when you're here with me? Do I detect a little jealousy? In my time, it's normal to be concerned when a friend is struggling. He doesn't need your concern. He'll work things out whether you're thinking of him or not. Of course he would. It doesn't change the fact that I feel concerned. Nobunaga's not one to explain his own feelings, clearly. But no, it's not just Hideyoshi. Nobunaga paused. His frown deepened. If you were thinking about Mitsuhide or Masamune, it would be the same to me. What would be the same? Nobunaga gently picked up my right hand and I held my breath, anticipating his exciting kiss. I don't like the fact that you're interested in other men. What difference does that make to you? Because tonight, you're here with me. There's so many romantic concepts that just don't exist in this time, and holy cats. I was in his arms. He must have pulled me there, but a devious part of me insisted that I was an accomplice. Because the emotion in his eyes, those beautiful ice caves, was intense. The depths there captured me, drew me closer. You said you wish to understand me. Are you blushing already? Are you blushing? Then look at me. Only at me. That's really what you were thinking? He's jealous, and probably doesn't have the word for it in this time. But he really shouldn't be jealous. Not unless he's actually becoming serious about me. When had our warlord with benefits relationship turned into this? It was confusing. I looked away, eager to get anything else in my head. You're going against my command already? That's brave of you. It was just for a sec. Oh! Suddenly I was falling back, landing gently on the soft carpet. When I realized that it was Nobunaga who pushed me down, I was already caught in his spell. Look at me. He placed a hand on my cheek, guiding my face back to his. but it was unnecessary. I didn't want to look anywhere else but at him. His face was handsome, intent, so close. But there was nothing warm in his expression. Even the allure of those icy eyes faded when I looked at his frown. Why are you looking at me like that? Why aren't you saying anything? My heart was pounding hard and I couldn't look away. My breath was short and raspy. Have I looked enough? What exactly do you want me to do? I don't know. How can you not know? You're Nobunaga. You always know exactly what you want. How can I make you look only at me? That's impossible. You can't ask me to look only at you. You don't get to ask that unless you're exclusive about me too. Otherwise, that's not fair. But I found desperation in his eyes. It was something I had never seen when he was kissing my hand or even my leg. Besides, you can't make me think about you any more than I do. I already think about you all the time. I've always sneaking looks. I'm always sneaking looks at you, even when I'm not thinking about it. I can't get you out of my head, even when I want to. You're always there. It's driving me crazy. My voice was tight and strained as my chest fell. And it's selfish of you to ask. Selfish? You're stubborn. Come to think of it, I haven't chosen my next conquest yet. Choosing time was maybe not the best time to pick up a fight. Nobunaga brushed the tip of his thumb over my lips. The touch electrified me more than I expected. He pressed my lower lip open, and a soft gasp left me. I trembled from the touch. Tonight you will surrender this to me, Lauren. He wants to kiss me? Then, can I ask why my lips? I spoke when my concentration was stolen by his clawed fingers caressing my lower lip. Watching me intently, he began to stroke my upper lip. Because you keep talking back to me. Okay? Maybe if I chose them, you'll give me some peace. Oh, what? He doesn't really want to shut me up, does he? Why can't you have a real reason to kiss me? I searched his eyes, but the desperation was hidden away. That made me sad in a way I couldn't describe. I won't stop speaking my mind, so you might as well choose another spot. I continued to glare at him, my frustration boiling over. He looked a little perplexed. Are you certain I should choose another? You hurt me. Nobunaga's thumb slipped past my lips. I could feel a rough, alluring texture. Without thinking, I teased the thumb with the tip of my tongue. You look like you're satisfied with this one. Damn, this feels so good. It feels good, yet I'm not. Are you certain? I couldn't remember what we were arguing about because my lips closed on his thumb, my tongue exploring it. This isn't what I want. Yes, I want to taste you more, but my mind and heart could argue another time. It was too busy purring with pleasure. You confound me. It's mutual. He drew his thumb out of my mouth and I looked up at him. You still say no, even though your eyes look at me that way? I can't even read anymore. That was embarrassing. Ugh. Yes. Because the physical pleasure and more of your passionate teasing is not what I want anymore. Yeah, I already miss our dance. I licked my lips slowly, seeking the lingering taste of him. His wet thumb traced along my lips. Electric again. I was trembling with need and frustration. My eyes were burning. I wanted him to keep going, yet. Should I stop? Yes. Yes, I've had enough. Though I swore I heard the words, no, don't stop, leave my lips. What I want is for you to kiss me. For real, no more of these games. I've overexerted my reach. I'm returning these to you until the time comes when you willingly hand them over. Nobunaga sighed. What? He's never done that before. Okay. is done. I felt his warm lips touch my forehead. This is so unfair to him. The gentle touch left me feeling strangely brief. I don't know that word. I'll take this and be satisfied for tonight. His breath sighed warm over my forehead. He wiped a tear from my cheek I hadn't realized was there. That had to be the most embarrassing one. Oh dang. This chapter was so hard for me to read for no reason. I spent almost 35 minutes. I could have finished that in like 20 minutes. It was a short chapter, but I kept messing up. Anyway, that was embarrassing. That was definitely the most embarrassing one. Get your finger out my mouth. Thank you for watching. I'm too embarrassed to talk anymore. What do I say? I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social media. Bye-bye.